of bank vice president.
Right up, up, 6. Well, now that's a little soft.
As we look ahead to Barcelona, one thinks of U.S. gymnastics elite, and then one thinks Karolyi. Shannon is an exception.
I don't know how I do at balance, but I think I'm doing just fine here. I mean, I'm up with them. I'm doing as well as they are, and I don't have to be there.
One person who has been trained by Karolyi is her coach, Steve Nuno, who has taken the Masters coaching example and now has a chance to beat Bella.
What he did for me is he taught me how to motivate a gymnast. I believe that he is probably the best coach in the world. I think he could take a basketball team and coach a basketball team to a championship.
The great motivator. Maybe you taught this man too much.
Oh my God, he is crazy. You know, he's flattering me too much, and I believe the Bobby Knight guy would be really mad if he heard about this thing, basketball deal. But sure, I appreciate. Sure, we are having a nice competition, and I hope we're gonna go a long way from now on, helping the kids, helping each other, pushing each other all the way till the goal is gonna be in somebody's neck.
Well, we know there's much success ahead. Steve, a rivalry is healthy and in a nice competitive way. Is it a little bit sweeter to know that Shannon might be able to successfully take the throne from Kim?
Well, I don't think it's the throne here. It's, obviously she's a world champion, but this is the American Cup. Kim is not the defending champion in the American Cup this year. It's anybody's ball game, and we've got two great champions. I'm really excited to be in contention at all.
Okay, well, Bella said there's no battle between the coaches. There's always a battle, however, with the judges. The brilliant teacher, the gifted student. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Randy, and you'll learn some lessons from Bella in working the officials. He's an Al McGuire of this sport. We'll return. Balance beam coming up.
The energy to go further. We share that energy at Texaco, leading the way in exploration, conservation, alternate energy. The energy to go as far as we can and then go even further.
He wants to go out on the floor, and he wants to win this competition on his own. He doesn't want any help from anybody.
Meanwhile, on the beam, Svetlana Kozlova, currently in 5th place.
Take a look at this mount. A front summy on. It's a blind landing, as you can imagine. So difficult when you only are dealing with 4 inches of a balance beam. Of all her apparatus, Dick, I would say this is Svetlana's weakest. She does all the traditional skills. This first acrobatic skill, 2 layouts in a row. But of course, what is so characteristic of the Russian athletes are their beautiful lines and wonderful choreography, and Svetlana has very nice flexibility that she'll display throughout the routine. Taking a little setup time for a second acrobatic skill, a round-off layout, fighting to stay on. Now, that is very uncharacteristic. We so seldom see the Russian athletes fall off the balance beam. Obviously, this is taking her right out of the running.
0.5 of a point anytime the athlete falls off any apparatus, so no chance whatsoever to challenge the leaders.
She's looking a little timid at this point. Getting set for a dismount. It's a big dismount. It'll take the entire length of the beam, a round-up back handspring. It looks as if she's on the floor. Double back, and she does stick her landing. That's impressive to see that she ends on a high note.
17-year-old from St. Petersburg, currently regarded as the Russians' number 8, and there's Shannon Miller. She'd like to be looked at as the U.S. number 1. She's going against the world champion, and her father, Ron, the professor at University of Central Oklahoma, who uses some of her videotape to teach physics in the classroom. He's got the camera at the ready. Miller and Zmeskal coming up. Eavesdropping on her coach, Steve Nuno. Here's Shannon Miller. He said, be aggressive. Here's young Shannon Miller. She'll be 15 next Wednesday. just 0.03 of a point behind Kim Zmeskal going into this rotation. This is her best event.
What you'll see on this apparatus is the most difficult skills that are being performed in the world today. Shannon is the premier beam worker in the world. She has actually upgraded some of her difficulty since the World Championships.
She was the only American ever to qualify for all 4 events in the World Championships in Indianapolis.
Dick, I think part of the reason for her success on this apparatus has been the numbers of routines that Shannon trains daily. She does more routines than any other gymnast I've ever seen. Now, this is not her most difficult tumbling pass, but it still is very difficult. Back extension roll to a back handspring layout, landing with 2 feet. This is the skill right here she's setting up for that she has upgraded. Back handspring to 3 layups. Perfectly done. She is just amazing to watch. Not only does she have the difficulty, but the concentration, the consistency on this event is just amazing. This will be interesting. In the warm-up, she had trouble on her dismount. It's a very difficult one. Full twisting, double back. One small hop in the landing.
Hey! What a great job. What a great job. Go say hi to the people.
Nuno learned more than motivation from Belly. He's even got his style. The crowd loved it, other than a little hop at the end. That was nearly perfect.
Dick, that was the only flaw to the exercise, was a small hop, but it was such an incredibly difficult move.
She's the only American to do this tumbling combination. 3 layouts.
Perfect, just a high. Perfect set.
How many in the world do that successfully?
There aren't many at all that do this move and do it as well as Shannon Miller.
And the score, 9.950. So Kim Zmeskal, ahead by only 0.03 of a point coming into this rotation, will have to be right around that number to maintain the lead. 12,000 here at Orlando. The parents of Kim Zmeskal, Father David, Mother Clarice. You saw her in the replay of the World Championships last week. And daughter Kim Zmeskal needs a 9.914 to take the lead.
Dick, I chatted with Mrs. Zmeskal on the way over to the gym, and she was very worried about this performance. Kim definitely has her work cut out for her on this event. That score, 9.91, is very, very high, and it will be tough for Kim to surpass Shannon Miller. I don't quite think she has the difficulty in this routine to accomplish that.
But boy, she has the heart.
It's one thing you can say about Kim Zmeskal. She is a competitor. I would say she thrives on the challenge. This is her trademark move, a reverse planche. Now, Kim has made one change since the World Championship. She's changed one of her acrobatic skills. You can see she's preparing for the first acrobatic series. 2 layups in a row. She's right on. You can hear Bella in the background talking his way through this routine. I'm sure he knows this one cold. Here's where the change has come about. A back handspring, and she's landing a little differently with 2 feet. Now, she had problems in the qualification competition. None today.
Much better today.
The only thing left is her dismount. Not as difficult as Shannon Miller's, just a double back.
Yeah!
Small hop on the landing.